Oh. So if you also line akati. Okay. Akati dia men come anywhere. Yeah, di track and chi anope kakra to say senior enra ne answer yeah no. Na ye say at the same this is your station.
Peace FM 104.3. Who to me take?
Peace 104.3. Yentwaso. Okay, and try line Ibio. Nana being sick house if you also Nana Martin. Na Boko dear.
Radiadum na way.
Boko says you also much track here to say.
Well, chairman me that say na says you also municipality in there. Our project no eye makuma kwedua start. Na Peace FM any the Peace FM. Ya pomodin abo pro ewo project no be brave so be brave. Na se sia me no ka say krampo de me gina eye baby a o mampani ya be de His Excellency Dr. Laji Baumia obeka say ye affordable housing project no and na se sia me gina na ekrobi ye friend Nzunzia udru gina se na do ani kire Nzunzia ma bi ye friend of Mami Asan ne ho udru junction ne se na ko anim kakra bia won sani fa so ubon sa sit down on yantam ya sa se kakraka pa ho any site ya penifo aja o chese wode be yesa affordable housing project no na anokwasem ne se udru hanom a yen shed down to foundation won said dem any physical structure bia etese bia ye bibi sa wa ha na emom de obenhu ane se asase no eda so yitam na yesisi pillars ewo site ne so sa makoma sa eno ne ade a ubeduru hanom sesia ubehu kese pa asase ne kese pa enya no nko a afa project bi et say street light no so ma capture ewo omo project nim uduru sehie so kroduanim eba gina se edo ani kire krobi ye friend data no a street light ne so nyina ewo so say gan ya eno so obi obeduru ha bia no obetini abehyebi wo ye disease infectious center ewo sehia sawen so enti omo woni sehia sawen so ne atafo no se u free sehia sawen so na wodwani sehia atafo a ba bi wo no ma from UT gas filling station udru UT gas filling station na wanim kakra bi eho na wo ye sa disease infectious center no and also sa project we say na ye project ya afena empanifo dia aso abofo mo a warrior na afen so wire concrete bridge ewo river benchma ya udru river benchma ne so abon so wire sa etwene bridge no kama pa ewo eno eso udru asawen so senior high school a eho no so o si 3 unit classroom block ewo se asawen so senior high school afen so mpanifo HSA pavement center eno ewo Junasi station hanom enti wo ya wonim Junasi station hanom no wo mu nyina betime de wo bani atre ha bon sampani ampa sa pavement no ewo Junasi station honoma why ne kama pa na project lem say ba ko a amanfo ani wo hu ye pa no eye de medi kan ebo so say eye affordable housing project no na o mampani abedi atudi kan di 220 na enipa bebre epese ohun say project na eye no kwasem say ekononim empempen so ben na sa project no edro na te say de medi kan ye no enya de a ya ye foundation bia ewo ha enya de a physical structure bia ewo ha na momensi craft tani ewo ha honorable Louis Japan watem say expert ne say u ba be ye project bi say na wa kwa land no emeki intent say u ba bi sia no it is amount to 20% and tinache say was justified your mampani abedi tree eka ye no and tinache say oba hanomo a and also hu asem eno no
nature say sa particular project no enya dia o mafiase asase keke ne dawo
hello sama bajobe
sa project na kan enya dia o maye ho hwe asase ne keke ne da ho
sama me pacho an se sia me no ka say dia obedu hanomo a asase no na eda no mu a enwura ni emfie ewo so
na tracker no de no matchroom
tracker won say dem hu tracker bi ya na de obehu eye pillars me no ka say ha na midina
me pa che say tracker no sa project dey say ayeden
eno eye o mampani abedi etre I can say 20% complete.
Okay.
20% complete. And over Hanomodia, we said any physical infrastructure na physical idea. Honestly, say Uchemuha na Ubian said and say, yeah, project be Hanoma. The uni say, Abia Obese who say, Bibisa, Ekoswa, Piles Nona, yes, this is Umsa, and I said the MC Kayano, and I'm not expert, let's say. So who acquire land no making intent it is amount to 20%. And after so I learned because of land tenure issues, entina site no ujade to and patasika na say compensation as I say uchia edema penifo no everywhere if makwe mama we see am penifo say say the end bia no ye better da ye be hu physical niema no say project no and also cost. It is so far project ne there bebre afi wa yes plan baby asa drone center no ewo no and also kama pa ni project ahubo bebre ya tema ya bo modern na ya to so bebre mako de aka na yenya nwie ya nenso ye nwie ye free sa eye ahanom affordable housing project na ye gusu aye to na de yenya nwie ye no yetumi inspect.
Okay, yo, Nana, yada say na pay Nana Obin Sika was a so yada say the Beat FM secretary so for yada ma say na euku ado ewo bibieni anwa so bekwai euku ma che
chawa mi da say mejoso
boko there
yami adu Kokrokoo.
Great na etise ho
ni ma da na kwa bibia koso kama pa
mudi tracker na chi obabi ogina no etise den na wo ho senya mo kan sa na tie.
Good. Me that say, never a for Akraba about Western North region. Bibian and Yasu Bakwai constituency to be precise.
Great.
Said, and no Ghana man benefit today. Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia to just say, "Oma put to your P. Brown before Benya Cassette. Now, on the track to just say, so would you tell Obi who put you more in Yano? Your father who said, call a pro near some more kinds of penalty and now we people beginning and Yasu Bakwai, may shall say our education. Oba a year. The BN Senior High School. Nemahudu Pina Kosovo, Bibite, in fact, Vivian has become constituency, original education office, or more Egusu Asia, or much more lentil level, and to meet me a bosso. Now, Yati and Sefri home, regional education director's office, and so Egusu Air Koso ongoing, regional deputy director's office, and so Egusu Air Koso. Construction of 6 unit classroom block, our BSEC, BN Senior High School, and almost here we come up, I pinch FFA. I feel girls' dormitory, and so completed our BBN Senior High School, maybe multi-purpose science lab, Koso, our BBN Senior High School, and also no, my bosso, a pinty, a cast of in feeding baby goom, and no, in two to say, a best set with the whole Western North region. School Kodam Moyo, so a double room, Bia East, a contomra jabo, so we a barishumo, ever above quantum science, do my dear padia, or we had to money venture our BBN in our Bessia at the hour. FAIPA, Omusu AC, a kitchen, and a Danny Walker's pa, and also a much of lentil level, or Mabo Sokra, or Mabe Plaster. Now, kitchen, a deep beer open or up there for kitchen and net. Oh, we are suffering and we be our kitchen, my F, Papa Pines and Kutua. And what is so almost 3-story administration and lecture hall, our College of Health Sciences, our BBN campus, and also Omususia and Che, Omecho myself for home. Principal in Bangalore, Betinamu, College of Health Sciences, Baby, a campus, no, almost here we are painting Kama, and the Chanakwa, I can say, Onkoa, this afternoon you could be no Kokotam, a Juma. Omususu AC, 3 unit classroom block, our for Yakobo, and Sugusu Air Koswa, or much more lentil level, 3-story administration and lecture hall, and also Anyasu campus, a College of Health Sciences, and Sugusu Air Koswa in the Abosun area. Or more air plaster we akase obede mpoma ni nema ho do be chef na tomato mo nta de fi ano so ho a FAIPA otwa asoko nim so a ye 3 classroom block am so omosi no e tano so ofi tano so na okose bi anwa so ano so masi wi apenti ati ensa de free ho afi 3 unit classroom block so anwa so material GHS omosi wi apenti kama ya tinsa from an kanye kuru na kranga kolai omukoma ko kusia dia anesa girls dormitory Queen Senior High School anwa so ano so omosi awia twomlenti level enche ombeti omusatimi afro hona nkora no akotena mu 6 unit classroom block anyaso Anglican primary school and so masi awia ya penti kama ankora no ye de be show mo kwesua de wo mu 3 unit classroom block so ekoso Queen Senior High School anyaso a and so yetimi asi awia penti fefe afi another 3 unit classroom block ekoso se vikunkunso and so yasi awi apenti a yati ensafre ho 3 unit classroom block and so 7 from manyo na kwatnya ba bi principal pharmacy ni kru hono di aye hene and so mugu susia enche ombewi 3 unit classroom block aye enyinasie and so masi awi 3 unit classroom block so ekoso ewo aye asame so no omasi with toilet fa yipa yasi awi apenti e de safano sinse wa twense de man penifo na konkwara atimi akomu another 3 unit classroom block so ekoso ewo mono yasi awi apenti a esi ofefe KG blocker and also omade sa brace and tie for blocks even the scene fe uduha esika kwan ho a efa yi pa omasiwi ankora no kwa eguso agi adesua ewo mu awaso model senior high school yi akuta historical background pa yete mani yate Ghana fa na nyina no omampani yese obesinsia pe na ensia no what of region enya ba ko a eno ekoso awaso okoha adi bia abefu school if I said Prempeh College mo type no the modern one no musi no aye awaso a efe papa park nya bibia ho alkoha efe yi pa na menua ukọ ni mbie mususu a ye wo baby to say dormitory a omati no se be kwa senior high school no ye phase 1 and also omatimi asiewi ati omosa afrom fe completed 12 unit classroom block so ekoso was the best wa se be kwa and also omuguso ma bosu nyina wi anche omitumi ati omosa from another 6 unit classroom block and so ekoso se be kwa senior high school ha and so masi wi plaster a paintia kinu sinsen ho afa 6 unit classroom block and so ekoso dansu krum ben se be kwa and so masi wi na afa yanko health obom aba health nso so a better cheap compound masi wi ati omosa fi ho akaso cheap and so ma asia o matra lenten eguso koso enche mpenfo betumi ati onsa afro ho akaso yo akaso na akaso so o masi awie kama asi wa kwa efe pa sevinta kam cheap compound so eguso koso na eno no so no o mo de aye staff quarters aka ho a efe papa enche kora o mbeti o musatimi afi ho okọ debisu so o mo si chips ni bi ho a eno so staff quarters aka ho na mechanized borehole eno so ka ho a jese nurse ni ona ntin kwachiri na okọ kobu nsuo eno so enche o mbeti o musa e de fre ho okọ chi ne e ben bibie ni eno so no o mo si chip koma fe a staff quarters so ka ho mechanized borehole e wo ho eno so enche o mbewi afi ya ba bibie ni municipal hospital supply of ultra modern x-ray machine ani bosum kanisikan 10 billion no so omde bi siwa okutwa scanner ya fena obejin krata hye omoto mu corrector da bi
na eku intimi misa nyama omde egu tracker no so nyina no ewo ho pepepe
nyama omde egu tracker no so nyina ewo ese kwa bodi chairman eno kwa matraka no so so ho bia ni ma bibiri ka ho a matraka no so ne modi obodi se tracker no so da bi ni anya so be ko maye no ni nyina ewo ho Mami
na se echi ebesan ba euku ado bibieni anwaso bekwai na motene kanum yenko ye other reporter of Western region apia dankwa maje
ye ja chairman general
boko de
adom ye hu ye migidi so ho ye pa
na mi adom divine selection ijina na so na o hwe o tracker no so de na hu ye
Chairman General Meda Stream my chief for Yina Kwaba Emra Atoyemantem Western region. Ube PM Atoyemantem ha tracker no so no Yama Bebre Ewa Ewa so Imprimpe Ameno Casedi, Ijana Shama Mensinimo and Ameno Ecase, and Sana Meko Shamano, na baby at say Elembele, Afe Enzima East Empoho, Secondi Chakra de Esia Quetimintim and Amabedru Shama Mensinimo. Na Ube PM Ewa Atoyemantema. Je omudi tu jane je beka se dodo na no ewo ho ade ba ko ekoye nchi no ahyewa NDC amanyoko no beka yoro asamejamfi wode atu jase oko ituma housing estate PMO ewo tracker no so a eni ho no no kwasem ne se anope mi de PMO ewo eye nchaban mpotem wo ituma housing estate wo no ye no kre enya de ewo tracker no eso se de wode atu jane pepepe na mene empenimfo a wo mo ewo mensin mo edidi nkoma wo mo ede to menim se eno de omo beka bibi se entry error isanse enya de se sa housing estate na nhihia wo mo eye no edi mu a wa sha se e wo ho enti e be pie so e wo ho a na ewo kwan so omo beye na emom
eno no ewo hefa potin
eno no ewo ituma no eben ntwaban ya no ewo shama mensin na emom tracker no so no omo indicate say ewo secondary yɛmfa nto gya sɛ ituma no ankasɛ ɛni second no bi ɛni secondary a yɛfrɛ no ituma no ɛwɔ Shama district a ɛbɛn ntwaban sɛ ofi secondary takora de ɛkɔ a ɛkwan ɛnwa enti saa ne si ɛyɛ ntwaban emom ɛbɛn secondary nanso ɛni secondary constituency anase secondary takora de metropolis na homom ɛwɔ Shama constituency a ɛwɔ Shama district deɛ tiɛ ne sɛ saa housing corporation nhyehyɛ a wɔn yɛ tete bere bi a wɔn sisi adan tete deɛ na ɛwɔ hɔ a afei na ban ɛyɛ ho nhyehyɛ sɛ obesi foforɔ no momonya ɛnhyɛ ase a mpanimfo a ɛwɔ region ne mu ɛma mete ase sɛ ɛyɛ wrong entry a ɛkɔkɔ pie so ɛwɔ hɔ wode ɛno to nkyɛn a Shama medicine ne mu deɛ wɔn kan ne nyinaa no ɛwɔ hɔ bebree kura wɔ hɔ a mepie mu ɛwɔ tracker no so a wotumi sɛ aban ayɛ mpontodwuma wɔ hɔ pa ebi te sɛ yabel champ compound a wɔn asi ne kama wokɔ obi nim ɔkyena teachers quarters ɛwɔ hɔ cassava processing project a ɛwɔ bepɔ so napkofoɔ ɛna ɛyɛ a ɛno nso wayɛ ne kama industrialized park ɛno wɔ Isaman wohwɛ bɔɔl hɔ ɔmo asi ɛwɔ Komfeku Shama road yi ɔde ama contractor contractor no egu so adwuma ɛkɔ so dendenden ɛwɔ hɔ enti Shama menzi ne mu no aban ayɛ bibire a ɛyɛ nwanwa sɛ ɛno mom ɛntumi mpie tracker no so a deɛ ɛni hɔ a ɛyɛ ituma no ɛna ɛbɛpie so a mpanimfoɔ ɛyi masotire sɛ ɛno yɛ wrong entry afei ɛna dodoɔ no a wɔn ayɛ no wɔn fiti ɛkɔnkran a bibia ɛbɛtumi akɔ so woyi ɛno firi hɔ a mpɔ wɔn menzi ne mu sɛ 3 unit classroom block ayi mo mawie 3 unit classroom block dominance o mawie 6 unit classroom block akotrom o mawie 6 unit classroom block grade ukrom 70% finishing touches and a contractor no 3 unit classroom block wasaman so 70% 3 unit classroom block ayem 70% science lab I work Mpo Senior High School Mpotek womo awie 6 unit classroom block Mpo SHS we Emma GMPC Foundation transfer to do dexi 800 eguma enei ohawa na mofra no ewom ewa dehia ho no we ni nyina edi afro oba chip compound K9 ewo mpo na so mawie botogena de o mawie tumentu chip compound eno so o mawie enti mpo so aban abodwuma ewo ho ye papa eba apomdin mo nso kra enya de a eda fom ewo mpo ho secondary chakra de enhyehyɛ mo St John's enya ne de ema wasidan ama desuafo ewo St John's school no wo mo abenefit fijai girls dormitory ewo so den dia beye 70% o mawie toilet facility o mo AC no so no beye 80% o mawie ho chakra de senior high school tadisco girls dormitory o mawie aman no ewo mo sisi a Sansona classroom blog is 16 classroom no. Omawie din konya guma mofra no esia de. Archbishop Porter Girls Senior High School classroom blog omawie dormitory blog nso no ebeye 80% eno omo awie. Takrade Technical Institute TTI eno so omo si edan na sese no beye 80% omo elboso den ho no mo sanso ena ukọ baby etese adentem hwendo aseke efia apremodo sana apremodo new market sofu zongwa work with mintima ni na chip compound hɔ aban ayɛ ho nhyehyɛ a edudwuma den hɔ di ka chairman general sɛ me bɔ no so fa de ma de a wuyi ituma de a epie mu traka no so a eni hɔ a oba western region ha okɔ elementary abonzuka ko senior high school omo esi school dan hɔ no mo agric senior high school ɛwɔ nkrɔfo omo esi edan kama ɛde ama wo mu ebi ete sɛ ba me yankɔ nurses quarters ɛwɔ hɔ okɔ Shama okɔ Nzima Easter see defense aban eye ewo axim no wawie landing beside mini harbor and so 80% wawie o here be say in science senior high school classroom bogo musie water ka no so a ni nyina ewo so ituma de ne pe and am penin for say wrong entry a ekoko pm de aka ne de ya band to da ewo track no so western region no atinie bia enu ho a obi anso emeji ho atinie apart from ituma de na de aka ne nyina ewo ho pepepe.
I see afia dankwa ya da sia no pay
Chairman Mr. Medase.
Men can ho say projects are ye Kenya no sell copy FM Facebook page wo ho enti no mo betimi a check ni nyina na mo hu wa okohwa wani be hu say na tie nye say na tie na wa so witimi attract ahwe nsem a aban ade atodwa
Peace FM.
Them say you never feed do where you do them trouble.
I'm a gun your fin, I'm gonna fin, I'm a double. Cafe seeking ping, oh feature. I'm gonna feature. Cafe seeking ping, oh feature. What else? I'm gonna feature.
I be there one of the figures say we don't go do. If not we do, I be the skin ping. What's it walk up, I say now who be you? Nako pona dumti with them maintain. Send a movie, say woman me pressure. Just a canon corner coming I'm from. Now so Jehovah name me protector. Yeah, me baba ya no sufficient come and she run a young tongue. Oh, win that. Yeah, we best go women no me the spin test. Tell it we be critical thinkers. Yeah, what you can't be called to cry like I'm a singlet. But I'm for no one woman to hold last year. But I feel the one who I be a queen law. The thing I mean if I saw my book club yet. Then I say we came when I who me at a game cause if you think
them say you know go feed do where you do them you shall go. I'm a gun your fin, I'm gonna fin, I'm a job. Cafe seeking bing, oh feature. I'm gonna feature. Cafe seeking bing, oh feature. I'm gonna feature. Cabo go do it. Them say you know go feed do where you do them you shall go. I'm a gun your fin, I'm gonna fin, I'm a job. Cafe seeking bing, oh feature. I'm gonna feature. Cafe seeking bing, what else?
Yeah,
I'm gonna feature.
one time for your skin pain. The devil always wanna see me in pain, but the blessing will drive you insane. Who cause me a proud master you lane? Also right up and what you say the team. My brother the done the most laptop. Yeah, they make a home so you me feel. I feel with them yeah, but last stop. Fire we go past up. Rolls Royce, Phantom, Fresh Boy, Handsome, Money Bag, Hamburg, Trinidad, all the way to Frankfurt. Who the man? Come talk. Come and see the girls where the cats walk. Charlie be shiva no be small. More than mountain and fire so nobody go fi stand top shady.
Them say you no go feed you.
Nate Kotego, good morning to you wherever you are. You go ahead and have a beautiful day too, bro.
Cafe seeking bing, oh feature. I'm gonna feature. Cafe seeking bing, oh feature. I'm gonna feature. Them say you no go feed you where you do them you shall go. I'm a gun your fin, I'm gonna fin, I'm a job.
Cafe seeking ping.
I'm gonna feature.
It's almost a 9:15.
Them say you no go feed you where you do them you shall go.
My fan.
I'm a gun your fin, I'm gonna fin, I'm a job. Cafe seeking bing.
And Justin Kodia says, I'd like to dedicate the song you're playing to my brother and my boss, Honorable Haruna Idrisu.
Them say you no go feed you.
George Mason, I beg you, I did play my son. I know like Wahala. This one says, we're listening to you on our way to Kawampe from Kintampo. So to you, Esther, documents on your crew. Safe drive.
I be there one of the figures say we don't go do. If you not we do, I be the skin bang. What's it walk up, I say now who be you? Nako pona dumti with them maintain. Send a movie, say woman me pressure. Just a canon corner coming I'm from. Now so Jehovah name me protector. Yeah, me baba ya no sufficient come and she run a young tongue. Oh, win that. Yeah, we best go women no me the spin test. Tell it we be critical thinkers. Yeah, what you can't be called to cry like I'm a singlet. But I'm for no one woman to hold last year. But I feel the one who I be a queen law. The thing I mean if I saw my book club.
Araba Ejarin Tema, good morning. Auntie Kofi Adabo, I see you too. Auntie Amasaka, thank you very much. Shouting out to you, Mr. Stephen Odro, MD SIC. And to you, Kumi, as well. And Joy. Michael Jojoji, you're looking for boys. Okay, I'll sign off with it for you, I promise.
What else? Yeah,
I'm gonna feature.
one time for your skin pain. The devil always wanna see me in pain, but the blessing will drive you insane. Oh, cause you never proud, master do lane. Or so right up, what you nation team. My brother,
Ain't he Professor Kofi Ejekumoha Anope? Atik Mohammed Waha. George Mrekuduka Waha.
Rolls Royce, Phantom, Fresh Boy,
George Mrekuduka Oka Einu. Japan.
Trinidad.
On only board chairman, Minerals Income Investment Fund, Anope, and be fierce here.
Come and see the girls with the cats walk. Charlie Bishiba, more than mountain of fire to
I'm kind of crew near here.
stop shaking.
Them say you know go feed do where you do them you shop. I'm a gone your vein, I'm gonna oven, I'm a job. I face in bing, oh feature. I'm gonna
Manzaya Bo Feature.
oh feature. I'm gonna feature. Them say you know go feed do where you do them you shop. I'm a gone your vein, I'm gonna oven, I'm a job. I face in bing, I'm gonna feature. Oh now
In the meantime, this one to say KSK, this your song choice, dear. Waiting the song do. When I play it be fine. When I play Sunday, no be fine. Hey, I never win, do I? Shouting out to you, Awo and I'm of Cocoa Shop at Cocoa House. You're doing the listening live. Awo and I'm of Cocoa Shop, Cocoa House from David of Public Affairs. Wishing you guys a very beautiful day. Peace 104.3. Hi,
Peace FM.
Ebium.
Peace FM.
Enjoy anywhere.
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
Prof Martin.
Yeah, okay.
Boko there.
Wow, yeah.
Apom de Ankayo.
Upon the Anka, I said, Scassus and down on Lima Tam. Who will be grand to be?
And to be. Adi.
Chairman,
Boko there.
Yamiadumo,
Yeah, that's an apeja. What do you see? We a permanent feature on Kokrokoo. Yeah, that's it. One and Bema na ye. Yeah, that's it. George Mrekuduka Yemrashe Bedweni Matakwa in Siayem. Was also a chairman of Minerals Income Investment Fund. George, Martin. In fact, and I pay production for chairman there ended that Nejitum there, but Banam is very good. Because in Semno, CCR Street, may start with you. Ejapa Royalty Saga, Destiny Changer, State Capture, 15 CSO kick against you, but in Yanity, I say, Omni Finance Minister Kushia Enra. You say Japan is susceptible to money laundering. When the Sikabe minority, Kwokito on Rashebe Jim say, a mobile petition landing stock exchange. Ama Sasemi, former President John Mahama said he will not respect the Japan deal. Or says here to Obama and Aswaba or Babuegu. Ama me say Bimsaka say nye possible so Babuegu, but Muna Moye Sedman. Na I know Crensu say under President Mills, a similar deal nanka ye de Brahma Shebedrim Nanyi ana. This whole MIF, Minerals Income Investment Fund, a Japan deal in Yakeka home. When it bought chair, a dear pan in common.
Chairman,
yes, sir.
I pay Michia with Tifu. Now Michia Waranso.
Yeah, Jodo.
Yeah, Besha Siana, a Munia Kakraba Atik or Kade. Hey, Uposu so. Na me say your Uposu so. Yeah, you Juma or a Japabia man I'm funny you.
That's right.
In Timuposu is also papa. Na a ono answer the Mara chairman menye achimini. And be free dumping. Oh, Western region. Na Nanado down kwa Akufo-Addo the president on sim. Na onhwe baby e free and one more position. Na or the Minerals Income Investment Fund board chair or that mom or no should answer all speculations or record there or state capture na family and friends issues. Mrekuduka me free Eastern region baby me free Western region na me free mining community or takwa isayim on no zikan na chairman and okay asama odegwa yere ka ho asem Ejapano ye aza ana adwene power the mabani wafa de ame de me free mining community na takwa oboase ina ma okeka ho ebe nkwan na yeba fado a gold a yetu ni nyina no yebotumi dey develop them communities all this while yetu gold debia nyu ho a ya discuss yan sika yenye fi gold msene dam period kakria wabe onu mpo mam nkranhye kese de all this were yetua gold royalties aban na ibiara mbisa ho asam nti yentum hu mfaso a yebenya no ye gold no ho anade menyo ka se Ghana nyina yentum mfa yen nsa enkyere edwuma kunin kesere wo Ghana ha yebotumi akade yenya ye free out of gold proceeds not even one project our yes significant enough yebotumi akade dem edwuma ana damazi fefie wo si hoi gold sika na yedi si ana dem kwana oda hoi gold sika na yedi dem kwan ana dem school wo si hoi gold sika na yedi si dem school na ende yenya ban bia ore ye hyehyei a yebotum echina yedi yensa kire bibido de ye Ghana nyi na kire de menya dem mfasui na dem ebre na yedi gold sika yezi aye ebi bekede Japan onye den Japan nye de Ghana yetuato wana waya mining companies no wotuato waze ma Ghana na to no wotua oko consolidated fund nimu na oko consolidated fund ma waze fra sika wa kenyina nti yentu mbopo biara na yenyi gold sika no fa nyahwe no ono na 2018 mbrashebogom yenyina mbrashebogomfo both minority majority yeji tumi de yenya mbra oboboa ma gold sika yenya no yetum ya fane mu bi oye royalties nkotin oye between 3 to 5% mining companies no wotua wode ma ba no yemfa ne mu bi ne yemfa nto company na dam company no yema ho kwan ma onzi gwa owiaza afane nyina na ibiara why crowd opedo din sika she gold edwuma mu no dam nyipa no wetum ato shares e wo dam company ni mu bi na efi company ni nyesika yemfa dam sika no yentum yemfa mboy mining companies akese wo Ghana na mbranti na nketesi anya edwumanye na yeboy dam mining companies no nso a sika obefi ma aba no yetum yedi bi aye projects yeda boa Ghana chairman akọ South Africa companies are all who mining companies ni nyina no or South Africa for now was na say we Cape Town every Joburg we develop out of gold proceeds na ba dintin we develop out of gold proceeds because companies no want to gold na oka South Africa wara sika na wonya no or South Africa for now work won sika whereas there Ghana ha mining companies are kesa wa hat there Newmont today Goldfields today Anglo Gold oye ahoko waze na se wonya sika na wotua wotu wia mo aka nyina no woze ko okro enti obedi mfi ha mfi ahabien na mo yehwehwe fi gold mfaso a yebenya no ho no nso enwa menyo ka se nyina wiaza afene nyina no the number 1 gold producing country on in Ghana.
Are we sure?
Yes. In the world?
In the world.
It's China.
As I speak with you, please check.
Today?
Yes. Okay. You check.
The gold chart for last year. Well,
not last year. As at today.
Okay.
Even South Africa, somewhere last year,
they were
was number 1
and were 8th.
South Africa.
No, China was number 1 last year.
Oh, you better check on.
I have the chart here.
Ma onyampo wom chairman. Onye de dam golda yetu no Ghana. Na mfaso a yebenya no mu no obeye clear amebia.
But it is still China.
It is still China.
Yes.
All right. Not in Africa.
China is the number 1 in the world.
Check Africa, mami.
We are number 1, followed by
number 1 in Africa.
Yeah, followed by South Africa.
Okay.
But world ranking, we are 8th. We were 8th
in
last
Africa.
year and in 2018.
I agree. Na chairman, say we are the oya Africa ha nyina na mpo na Ghana na ye number 1 na. what do we have to show out of our gold proceeds? Now, the Mabri Yenya Abana Ose, okay, a Kwana Mafado near the Abua Magana, Yenya Mfaso if you go to no one you're there. A 2 hour friend royalties na world triano out of a 2p, no. Yan Fanimu 75.6%. Yan Fanto company. Na company no Ghana be Fanimu 51%. Now 49% you float in shares. Na ankran biara we tum atodam shares ni bi. Na auto shares ni bia. You tum is a develop Ghana by establishing equally important companies today. Go Fields.
Okay, so as at October 2019, that's a little under a year ago, October 2019, Ghana had overtaken South Africa as the number 1.
Yes, in Africa.
Yes, in Africa.
We were 8th and they were 9th.
Yeah, you know, just for you in our education information.
Yeah, it's very important. And thank you for that.
Province, so some research.
Chairman said show it's an institution.
It's be a research.
I
agree. Inti Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Ma yere kan ko nyina ye de. Ehwe wi aza fa ne nyina. Dam Gold Royalty Company obi be said there na ye wone saso bia ne. Indeed ye wone saso. Ehwe one background one what to them companies ni bit the wheating ne market capital share is about 23.4 billion. Ehwe a bit there the same Gold Royalty Company Franco Nevada about capital share of $28.4 billion. Ehwe Osisco, ehwe Stanstorm, ehwe Royal Golden Incorporation. These are companies are very prominent in the world. Where gold royalty companies. Now the same companies, you know, we invest in mining companies. Why establish Gold Fields? Why establish Anglo Gold and so on? Why the same companies in we invest in what to mining companies. And Ghana, yes, you bet so that mining company ni be. Now you two so you invest into mining concessions. You tum ya so mining companies akese am once we tum we developmental projects e Ghana the gold you to our Ghana hara na ya boa na ya to ma yenya local champions within the mining industry in Ghana. Nanche
mo was kaje bosia mabwa
chairman onya bosia
na bade
oye equity share
na senye
de se etu company na se kwame wenya ne sempo na kapre na onwude them companies or a company mfaso baba ho otide ebia Professor Eyokum sebe oto pano no our phone no odo to ne pano no our friend the honorable me pano yi ingredients am de yenti o man nkofo to papa enti se wosika bi de ho a fo boboa na mfa nka mo phone no ho na mbo phone no mu na mfa hye pano adwuma no mu na no mu ntraw na mfaso baba ho so okay no mate dem sika me da ma Professor Jekum no anya bosia
no everybody
me di sika na akoka na adwuma no ho nti mfaso ba na ya ache mfaso fi pan no mu ba obetua bibia offer dividends no da ama de ampaso me di sika no man no pan no mu wa atuma atro pan no business ni mu ma sisiara nkofoto pan no nti siyaka equity share na chede ye boy yen gold company na say you interested ya is we other fene nyina bia tum de sika behim na ye tum ye the boy mining companies within Africa and more especially Ghana. Na say you boy them companies na we tum we create employment opportunities for people. Na mfaso bada ye tua dividends that are my shareholders. Nti na chede ye jay dam subana ye sora na yakobo bosia. Onu ye tua interest. Oye ade sua de madachi mo mba. Easy ye ntua interest. You tua dividends.
Na chenyim the gold prices so ebi wo ha oza agbaja okone nyima wa ba na echi. Na onu no oba affect dividend na shares na bade mbo.
Chairman, enyi je sama wo myi de. Abribia wiazi nyina benya ohaw kase a bia offer no recession no. Commodity kra okosoro pa na bo kosoro na ni value kosoro on gold. Nti ahochira ba no na gold or thrive well. in the market industry. Nti oyada obia oye investor no ye business minded bia so ordinary secret cash gold ma onso efi NDC asama worka na oya na mempɛ dem obodo because one nya fasusu mfa mam sana Ghana for na mempɛ dem chechire what ase na nya ma NDC baka na onam there suban bia word na di ma Ghana asif there boni bi esi no se ehwe 2011 budget November 2011 na ehwe page 242 of that budget yenu anom NDC for the beshem there wobeto oye gold royalty company na we trade all over the world na mfasuba we trade dividends
now is it the same thing
wanyambre bia ntechi nti no what the bad so no onyim hu nyimzi bia nti what the bad no ntase anya dwuma nti wara wantase nti nya bia no stop ho no wara wantase nti wentum wansodo nti yemfa nto nche nti se bi kede se onyaze papa NDC funya ho adwen 2011 the beshe budget him na mum kwano ba fado obeye no no ye wonzam nti ono wentum wansodo kra na ono na bani ye beya yefuna owo na
what if ebia NDC fo wo ye de wo beye no enu won hu de adi ebia yekoye nyima oba ha oye nyina nti no woje how about that
chairman we free or ye free kese na etra na kasa azekura mpa no won ye de bibia evidence nti dam 2011 budget America nyina mzaba obotum ehu se wo evidence bi there bibi susu bi be ya o kire there ina nti oba ho ho na won fa mekirem amnyo kase mbrahye bogom bibia anyi ho o kire dem ma yenyima yi there no wonyim mu hu nyimzi nti na wontum wan so do no nyimzi a no wo bodam bra no na onyi ho at that time nti na wontum wan so do.
But what's work for London Stock Exchange?
Oh, na Sino Hydro letter watch your quay so we free. Ibi wo ho na say owonu krom or tinu krom na tum cho krata kama bre Ghana ban today ifi openyeje kum nu krom openyeje kum u krom no offended
mi kum na ni mapon ya frawa sisiruwa ani adwinase ana adwinase na adwinase krachi yi bi wo ho no wa tworo krata da bre mampanyin wa nkrande adwinase ha enye no nsu a owa ha sebe oye pipe na nso so da pipe no yampedo obako bia ni fiefie into stop Ghana water mama mfa nko bia ni fie na dam nyipa no o tworo dam krata efi dam dwunase no onye nyipa opedwunase ni ko ne kanko usande wase senkampo na sensunu mpo hu we ya enya dwunase mpanyimfo no wotena no waka wasema na tworo krata de bankran na de bobba nkando bia mra dwunase mahwensu ho asem ka nti kanyipa no ye Ghana yin no odwene Ghana ho a na nka asem wo ha tworo krata de ko London do o mayo de London fo no baka wasema wa ana London fo no wonyim nyansa sen damn slavery mentality no on free yetrim no ya roho and you expose you to the outside world for subiare nyi ho krata na atwa mon krata no ma yen den ane ade onya oye ye de mra eti ho ya mra ye za atai edwumedi a ye bedi n'echiri ono and walk out ajitum mambra no go through all the consideration stages Mbrana ye nankasa kache hen there and every article 3 of the Minerals Income Investment Act 978 now also the fund may create and hold equity interests in a special purpose vehicle in any jurisdiction in furtherance of its objects, and the special purpose vehicle shall be free to operate as a regular commercial company. One out to company no next day I am bra that teacher the company obotum akobia za fe nyina na okwedzigwa na so zigwa na mfaso bada da mfaso no otum oda ye developmental project within this country I am bra to ho na the same company na so no yare tuwi asimentase no the one workout a wo ye no mbra chebogom no ebe kai dey abra ye the health insurance nso so mampeyin kufu zerba the same NDC ya wo film ra shebogom the health insurance nya de papa nti obogui ma was sorry film brashebogom abra yenya fango the same NDC fuyara brashebogom hara waka chende onyaze papa no ya adwongo the same NDC fuyara abra ye kasino hydro ho asem oso onto mogwa Ghana onso ye becho ho krata ye zakọ the same NDC fuyara titru Yura Mahama Zebotu Gwade Sempo no ba mo lose na election na so on to national one teacher for one allowance and nurse for allowance pa onye the same person ya so asana back there if he ordering teacher for na if he nyame na dom za onobotu amawan inconsistencies nti NDC for mama Ghana for NDC for po efim brachebogom mfam fa ho mfam judge dem company ya nyame ya doma yare tuwi
nti wo beto no daben
ye guda oye process oye there as the come regulators CCI company no nkra tenyi na there call because it's going to be listed on the London Stock Exchange na chairman azibiara company biara London Stock Exchange. London Stock Exchange is having not less than 1,200 listed companies. If we one stock market, exchange market capital share is about $3.23 trillion. Now, them company and now London Stock Exchange or the what you don't crack team offering prospectus. What you know what you to do? Oh, indeed, and I'm on a route to know. I know one papa. Now, onto from regulators. Now them regulators see what you won't cry any na tuma then fee it is listed. Once it is listed, you know, they will be of an IPO. Now you embark on roadshow. Now a catch the other for there matso company or you very transparent. London Stock Exchange or you reputable exchange. Why jatum inti usubo tum usika as a beshim. Ni yetum yezi bia bobo ndwuma ewo Ghana yetum yezi bia ye akwan amamu kwan a owotakwa yetum ya ye asphalt amakwan owo oboase yetum ya ye asphalt all this while year to gold, you know, what do we have to show to the people of Ghana out of gold proceeds abra Petroleum Revenue Management Act menyu because we ring-fenced the petroleum revenue flow no until yetu ye bisa question there what have you gotten Rano Makwan, my minister, Obaba Bunkonte. At this time, so no, we can track. Chairman, but maybe said, okay, one company now was what on 2020, no, and there was 2022. About was that year. Now you can ask, but previously, you to be a question what them. You be said that. There you go, this cano about that year. And feel so another aspect in there. Oh, gold, you know, yesterday company Yatwa. Yeah, it will be domiciled in Jersey. Na Bazintina or Jersey. Now where tax haven. Na Yazeko. Chairman, Mowomi there. A money biara or pana offer to attract investors. Now offer to attract a ho. Ghana ha, you focus on tourism. You focus on cocoa. You focus on gold. How do we get investors in? In Jersey, honestly your manner one who use to or tax a toll. And what they encourage a man for so walk or man who go in Juma, a man will be. It's their strategy. The yama tax incentives to companies, no attract investors, no mra, no onya ombumbre biado or Jersey ho. Ombumbre biado we as a
specific issues projects ben what did them babe?
Chairman, a be a health. Yes, be by I'm fancy for asupiti and asupiti it's basically asupiti hospitals yes be everybody be school CC aminyo kase nyame na adom ya mampanyin na da Roma wa mammo froma wa ko school free into I expand the enrollment to concern how do we accommodate these students a kwani bi nye there yes basically school adan amammo froma ko school a onyi be biada ebi so nye there yezi bi be housing there ehwe ebinum a wonye baby nda na ye housing deficit oye so wide there be baby odinity bottle oye zin ben kwa na ban bofa do a obesisi adan a oye affordable enough ankrofo so benye baby was with rato efi ya kwan if as I speak with you only 30% of our roads no are deplorable we was 70% gap on so oye there you feel and on so ye dibi be ya akwan amakas we tumu afado enti oye ade papa moto toss Ghana fo de mama ye hwe nchenchen ne ye hwe mmran na ya hyehyɛ na oye Minerals Income Investment Fund Act no na ndc ntumi raise asem biara oye needed another oye necessary oye de ye ya no ama okyerdo obamdo mo aka ni na ya kohwisam de oye family and friends ma aka de abi me freedom pep me free takwa me sabia me free Eastern region na man panyin no hwe odi dam dwumedi oda hyemnsa
Mimi Sasem, abo education, health, housing, road infrastructure, the school munsem apumuzen baby abada ana lore kwan sika hin ye binya wadamazim.
Sisi amenyo kase even the initial projection ya about $1 billion. Na dam $1 billion no semze ba mfantima na chedo oyesika obotum we boost the base of our economy.
Are you saying that in some minority reka, CSOs reka, other professionals, the experts working, yemboni nyinengu?
Chairman,
apobie nyim.
Chairman, it's a CSO sir. Only expert meka because masona I mean meka CSO so. Na me ejuma isodec.
Yeah.
Me Dr. Steve Mantiao na your office. Na CSOs and then I'm one of the sister stations. As more kind they are not against it. Na what's in there? Yenye consultations. Nanka ye consultations. But chairman, in there 2019, we engaged Minerals Commission. You engage all the mining companies in Ghana. One chair and a COVID started. Indeed, I agree with them. There, BBR you need to consult and so on. On your one. And that, you share one. You in common, and it was so successful. Ya jatum de, but could I share? Now, I've been pobia once was the best channel. Was actually on Minjas Roy, I've been one cry quando, and now Yajin Papa Quando. CSOs one I've been a warrior channel, one cut there, I didn't yet. And it is different from NDC. I know when you reason behind the answer free Brasibogo. And we'll continue to engage the CSOs. We'll continue to engage every Ghanaian. Obebisa question one. Only thing and payments away for you may church today. Onyaza hide anything. Now question be also so Ghana for babisa no. We are ready to answer. Matida no pay binu rekado aban one step down. It is never true. Yes, step bibiara down. We will continue to embark on that project. Obobwa mende yetumi enya sika is if gold mining companies wa yes be your project specific tangible project able to exact Ghana for.
Minkomeni Masa Maba. In the meantime, ECG said Yefa and Krem Remon. The Electricity Company of Ghana, in collaboration with the Department of Urban Roads, would like to inform motorists that a portion of the Castle Road will be temporarily closed to traffic. Brofo Tintinani say ECG say omni urban roads a year jumebi. Ochina Friday September 4, Saturday September 5, and Sunday September 6. Intifiada memne dani kwesiada anadro 11 p.m. Kopem at the chair 5. Ombeto to akwan we sane say omude underground cable bi a year juma adi ahihye ho ama power supply chese enyama honden ho niama na antimi nkotochima basa na aye adwuma aboa inti say ade a onam ba bia mba bebubobo ya pacho Friday ochina memene dane kwasiada from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. so bitimi amfa hokra say ayade a untumi a no apebe be foforo afa mo amufi Castle Road Eco Liberation Roundabout mon konkope kwan foforo mfa ebia electoral commission kwan so ho baby na mon first so betutu kwan so fi Castle Road called Ridge Hospital area so no akwa Ghana Olympic Committee enim ho intipacho ashenkafo nyina mon hye no so se ochina memene da anakwasiada ECG any Department of Urban Roads. So we year maybe. Some Castle Road near Ben Ridge Hospital and Numreno Yebetum. No more de fidie ne omo cables atoto to ho ede ayedwuma. Atik.
Chairman.
Brembia near Monko Bansan Albeban Mude menka messages ka krebi keke. This one says it will be in the interest of the government to look at the Ejapa royalties deal again with the minority to rectify the issues for the benefit of the nation to bring finality to the noise. Walanyo Enakwetia. Nana Hesi Ojiri says, in all of this, somebody said, quote, big brains think about inventions, little brains think about people. Shalom. Nana Hesi Ojiri. And then Kwame, so China, Russia, Australia, United States do mining without damaging their water bodies. My problem is, why can't we as a nation do the same thing without damage to our forests and water bodies? Safu Kantanka in Okanshin. Forgive me. Honorable Duke's analysis is that Ejapa is not owned by any single individual Ghanaian. Shares will be floated on the London Stock Exchange as well as the Ghana Stock Exchange for interested persons to own part of it. If these CSOs and the NDC are so minded to get in there, nothing stops them from readying themselves to buy into the shares. Eja Adam Enyan Mem. I have learned from the minority that no government has the authority to dismiss the CEO of the company. How far is this true? Kofi Ampon-Fojo, I'll ask the board chair very shortly. The Ejapa deal is crafted to help Ghana, but the names involved are taking the shine out. Kwejo Edupako Achim assume. The Alliance of Civil Society Organizations working on extractives, anti-corruption and good governance has described as positive its engagement with the Minister of Finance and other officials working on the Ejapa Royalties Limited listing. It is good for Mother Ghana. Let's support it. Ebenezer, Accra Station, Takrade. Farouk in Tema says Ejapa is clean. The cacophony associated with this is unfortunate and unpatriotic, especially coming from the NDC. And then this one says, are you the Kwame Sefa? Yes, I am. If not for greed, selfishness, arrogance, and stealing and corruption, we don't need a Ejapa deal because politicians have successfully put the nation into several deals which they alone are enjoying, even when they are voted out of power. Musa Raphael in Tamale. Did the Ejapa deal go through competitive tendering? Corporate government's idea is in shambles. Akilu, Fantiakwa, Begro. So, God forbid, in case tables turn, will the NDC still be making this noise? Ejapa is Papa, Master Planner Junior, Kane Tampo, and a day and no abaye. Okay. Anyway, Honorable Duka, I know quite that the CEO and the board cannot be dismissed, cannot be changed.
Chairman, I don't see a fallacy. Because the company. Na our shareholders didn't see a AGM annual general meeting. The annual general meeting na Mbrama Kwan no way elections na we change even the board no appoint chief executive and Mbrebia you watch there into Munyi chief executive
maybe and you them
Mbrebia and you them, and I'm yet to see NDC for one concocted in Brawa over there. But Mbrebia, as I speak with you, Mbrebia and you are or there won't me be and me Bia so saw you Juma with Japabiano. I remember Kuduka number 5. Also you pass or one question on Bisamara. Meginano. No, I post. When you meet the post in the papa.
Anyway. John.
Yes, Atik.
Mirase, Mamincha be Namicha, a chief on and none of pay. Subject in here Kesipa, as I said, Linina, a fire sicker some home, crime ban ever fast. Enya Sika, which me die upon to Juma. And it is a very sensitive and very important subject matter. Chairman Yedi Kind, Honorable Dukaka say, you know, mineral receipts, and Mfaso in your free minerals, hono. Yentimin chirp adipotia yediaye. Well, of course, it forms part of our revenue stream. And to the extent, say, Mpontujuma, yeah, for this country over the period, no, you bet me, say, your minerals income, no, eka home. Because we share the share of minerals income in our total revenue as soon year pa. Until at least we've had contributions from the mining sector to consolidated fund and to our revenues. The financial budget since
that is not in doubt. Yeah,
I mean, me know you agree, but AB, young fans say like OLC. We had to introduce a Petroleum Revenue Management Act. I bet check when I ever faso uses as can because our resource is depletable. Oh, a idea a bedroom rebino not a new hobby. It's just like gold. Until nanka ye nya bibisa so anke bebua. And to that extent, a idea say ye dream efa kwan I ever faso and maximizing the value of the free minerals hono. And in principle, I agree with the idea say you set up a fund. And that fund and the idea, and if you look at the act that sets up that fund, section 2 of that act is very clear near per se fund and it is to maximize the value of the income of free minerals, which broadly speaking, a brilliant idea, a great. Now, Ushesa act esa emma the fund to me say a bit me asset up special purpose vehicles with a view to investing sika incomes are yebenye free minerals hono so that yebet me enyam faso bebre every sikana every minerals hono nti eno so dia mene act ni ya adwen ene mene nkrofo a omudi sa act no e ba mene omo ya adwen but the most important thing is what is the nature of investment? What is going to be the structure of the investment? Enuna no. Media, I have a slightly different view to the current arrangement. Current arrangement in say, government's revenue from minerals and our government's income from minerals our corporate income tax are 35%. Government's equity free shares and our interests are in the various mining companies, and have royalty payments. As for PE, I know the I am in fund count like personal income tax, I am monthly and I am in fund count, but me come near ever directly from minerals. Now, Ushe ni me and saying na a be a low hanging fruits, a be so it's difficult to access them, and I say it is difficult to access them because. Who share BBT say government's equity interest in the mining companies there are a lot of mining companies as far as that particular item is concerned free because they always declare non-profitability and also anticipate royalty which is calculable on your total revenue and only some will declare profits and some are also your dividends until a lot of the companies know for 7 years, they will tell you, say, we have not had any profits. Until nipa ne nya profit, obey the nya dividends. Na, obey the nya dividends ne biakau. But a lot of the time, and there are several research papers to this effect, a lot of the time, nientia abai enye sika free the 10% equity interest and say we don't do cost audits. They tell us how much they have incurred in production. I buy any coin to be able to verify the cost or muka said they've incurred no. And it is when you take your total cost out of your total revenue, then you have your profits. So if the total costs are almost declared no, as in total revenue now, they'll tell you say they have even run losses. But I'm saying say, until to the extent say, but they won't stop production no. They complain say they don't declare, they don't get profits, yet they continue to produce. I say, who say, Obia, you have run an entity for 7 years without profits. Why do you still want to continue doing production? It tells you, say, there is, for the most part, overestimation of the cost. And because I buy any cost audit, and any home for so on. And it's a who maximize the value of your minerals income. We should rather be looking at how do we take advantage of certain percent imum. Until instead of the low-hanging fruit high royalty payments, which they be whether when your profits or when your profits are, once you've produced, are buying your free mono, and we are low-hanging fruit. Ninya air dino, mum nananka mimi say, why don't we use that mum as the basis to go and list on any stock exchange? Because no say if anybody comes to buy shares inside, you can say if a Japan, which is the SPV now you use, decides to go and float shares against that 10% as a free mining companies, I am sure that the shareholders will be more diligent in ensuring say mining companies do the cost audits ni ye. Senebeya, they will declare profits the way I saw them declare.
Is it not a risk we're taking?
With the 10%, you should bring free 10% equity interest no more. And no more nananka me fi say because the companies will always tell you say we have not declared profits because they have exaggerated their costs. And government doesn't audit their costs in a way able to who say we the inflated cost no we declaration and all of that. But if you use that as the basis to go and list on a stock exchange, whoever becomes a shareholder will be interested in making sure that the mining companies declare the right amount of cost and the right amount of total revenue.
Yeah, camera AGC quite the same thing. Yeah, who did they be? But Motor shares AGC at the time the purchase say is worth nothing. How sure are we say going forward?
No royalty.
Things will change. But make about listing on the London Stock Exchange, getting dividends and share value.
Exactly, Chairman. I was building this point to get to a point.
Is it?
Already very important. One about dividends. Chairman, one thing in the audience are saying there, you're to company no, although you're attractive enough for investors. And mommy and the investors, sabi one can and I will know what is going on. We shouldn't assume that. Or you in your company or you attractive enough. No, they would add to companies so able to any for so.
Good.
One another American AGC and government chairman cited the AGC. The AGC been so shares.
Yeah,
or individuals were to shares. What the AGC question be beside the AGC will be na company no new one nkofo enye eduma anya ne. At that time it cushioned the economy because or AGC chairman I get your point, but it will also allow people to have employment opportunities.
I think Bremium
he's made the point say the investment has to be attractive for investors to want to invest in. Meaning we should act now. The act is very clear on the specific streams of revenue and our income free minerals mono yebetimi ediama SPV for them to go and list on any stock exchange. One of it equity interest amike, and if you look at section 3, it's very clear, and the heading is powers of the fund. A will say apart from royalties, royalty payments, I'll bet me a user as basis to go and list on any stock exchange. What to me uses our equity interest so. And it is not me margin is there, and my argument is since we know and Shadam Yesika Bebrino, and we want to maximize the value of incomes are free minas mono. Why don't we use near Yesika Bebrino? And yes, the potential doesn't exist, but our buying is unable to, is unable to get the maximum able to mean free honum. And you said the potential doesn't exist. And if any investor are on him about oil business and revenues accruing to government from oil, from gold, Nipan me who say sa equity interest semi invest to many sika because the gold companies, gold mining companies, and can for so they will not continue to be mining. But we've decided to say that near Nisika chadamba semono air royalties niji nyedin. And if you look at 2019, Chairman, Ghana Chamber of Mines, they've published government's earnings from royalty payments in 2019. If you use 5 cedis as the exchange rate, it amounts to $200 million.
Okay,
that is a huge amount. We are anticipating the fund, which is MIFE, they should transfer or more and assign or more rights to companies that are set up for $1 billion. Chairman, and I say who say the demand for gold too has gone up. Ushe World Gold Council or more data for 2017, 2018, 2019 shows that there has been a consistent increase in the demand for gold. And they are projecting, say.
But I'm sure you also know that gold fluctuates.
No, I'm building a point.
Okay.
And because of COVID-19, amount for gold is one of the safest investments you can have. And because of COVID-19, they are projecting, say, for the next 2 years, there's going to be an even higher demand for gold. What you say? And Yamfan say, let's use the figure of $200 million. And given that there's going to be an increase in the demand for gold over a period, we can safely say, for the next 2 to 3 years, we can be earning. I'm not going to say we'll be earning more. Let's even use that conservative figure of 200 million. We can be earning 200 million every year for 3 years. Chairman, that is 600 million. For 5 years, even though gold fluctuates, but I am just using a conservative figure of 200. If we are going to use the $200 million earnings from royalties for 5 years, that would be 1 billion. But we share agreement here, you can say gold investment agreement here, signing. It tells you, say, for the life of the mining lease, Japan is going to work for the royalties or mujino. It is for the life of the mining lease, and we share Schedule 1 of the agreement, Schedule 1 Part 1, and Newmont or more leases in some of the areas were given in 2015. Or 2020, which means that they've done only 5 years, and Ocean Minerals and Mining Act, they have up to 15 years. So it means for the next 10 years, royalties from some mines, Sika, Yebeji, Achichema shareholders. The better shares in Japan ya omekwa list. Meanwhile, and that is for just 1 billion, Chairman. Yes, you want upfront funding.
That is not correct.
You are saying you want upfront funding for 1 billion.
Yes.
And yes, sir.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
but that is not all. I mean, a very important discussion here. And Pedam if you don't. Chairman, more me there. Them upfront 1 billion.
Yeah.
So unsaka. Our assurance to investors there, our revenue, constant revenue flow. But on your nona, uncotin educotia work. I mon assurance there, them Sikano said the Boboy company, also the Boboy mining company. Them mining company need dividends, for sono need the Butiamon. Even them dividends, them royalties in Eritreano. One on any no them transaction.
75.6%
not awkward transaction.
I didn't know.
But 1 billion, you are going to invest the 1 billion.
Oh, that is of course
to build another company. And even on the stock market, shares about to increase.
Oh, given the market forces, yes. You trade
we can even have about 3 to 5 billion.
And you can have less.
We did.
And you can have less.
So
you can have less.
Simple terms.
No, and yes, meba.
You see, I 1 billion. Now, benya 200 million.
No, meba. Chairman,
okay,
you see how the stock market operates. If I own a company, I own and I control some preferred shares, then I decide to sell ordinary shares. Man for better, and these are the ordinary shares I trade on the stock market. Chairman, depend on the market forces, any the sentiments of investors towards business are running. Until Japan said, depend on how investors see Japan and the prospects, and they determine the value of the ordinary shares.
As somebody who likes economics, will it deter investors? If I can say it could deter investors,
big time. That's why I said the value of the shares depends on the sentiments of investors towards you can say the business are one, and your business are one. It's not just about Japan. And some men Japan. What is the future of Japan? What are the profit prospects and so on?
Because, for example, ex-president Mahama said to Ababa Bobby Chip.
Chairman, and if a president Nipa Wabe president wants to become
president again,
is serving notice about Betrim. Chairman, if I'm an investor, Sabi, and I want to buy the shares in
Ghana, no, whether or
Ghana or Ghana, my and on Ghana, my, but it is sending a signal.
Like this as
it is sending a signal. And Chairman, minority formality or more, he said they want to serve notice to the London Stock Exchange. Chairman, the very minute that letter gets there, you have no idea how many investors are going to say, I do with the future of this is not clear. And people want stability, even though there are stabilization clauses and so on. But look, Why? If I terminate the contract, and if I decide to say already 49% co-shareholders before, and I decide to nationalize Japan, government has 51%. If you decide to nationalize it, in the international law, what you are supposed to do is that you pay prompt and adequate compensation. And it is possible to be done, even though there are stabilization clauses and stability clauses. But I bet me on condition that bet you have compensation. And you be a sabi on him, and among for dream about Africans, anything is possible. Now, Omako serving notice say, Nippon will be scared to do that. Media,
Papa.
Oh, that is for because of our concerns.
No, but
an officer and to those
your letters.
No,
Adibia now said DB obey bia nya adwiniti near church your letters sabi so an church because there are
why don't me my you can say me my suggestion is that chairman ye pentema kohin we can slow down. There are some gray areas that we can easily address. And I heard somebody say even registering a Japa in bailiwick jersey in the United Kingdom now, for me is problematic. For tax considerations, when you register a company in another tax jurisdiction, what it means is that you are denying your home country of some taxes, dividends. Taxes
are listed in Ghana as well.
No, Bamiba. And the argument say it is because it's a tax haven. No, it's even a moot argument. Usha fund now, and I refer you to section 35. It tells you say dividends accruing from the listings, from shares amount for better on the stock exchange, are not taxable. So if tax is the reason, investors
is that not supposed to attract investors?
So you can register it in Ghana because you have already put it in the law.
But it's registered here too.
No. A subsidiary. I'm talking about Japan. ARGA and subsidiary and Japan. And I'm saying that the argument why we decided to go and register it in Jersey, we could have gone to Isle of Man, Cayman, wherever. It's defeated because Musi, it is because of tax concessions. A honum no yentia income tax needs dividends amount for benyan or muntia taxes on. But yet their share MIF Act the Minerals Income Investment Act yet their share in section 35 says the fund shall not tax dividends amount for umbeto shares nubinya. So if that is the reason, why do we go to Jesse? And when they raise the issue about I like to use the word opacity. No, maybe no. I mean, can't say no correct. The perception amount for
it's an international transaction.
No,
so
I
know. Law, check the law.
No,
I think deal with the perception. Let me wrap up.
Adrian amount for be a kitani say the decision to register it in Jersey, to have independent directors, let's just say be a coso. And when the argument was given to justify why a registered war, the argument was that because of taxes. And the very act that says that entitles the
says it should not be taxed.
Exactly. So it defeats that argument. But Chairman, there is another issue. Yes. You asked whether borrowing and answer borrowing. I think borrowing would have even been better. Chairman, and I like to use the figure of 200 million. If we can go into the international capital markets and negotiate for proper coupon rates. Borrow 1 billion, and say we can pay it in say 10 years. We can get longer 10 years.
I disagree.
No, maybe with lower coupon rates, and we ring-fence the royalty payments, in such a way say enu enko kasika ya the fund budget enu we have an account for it. We can pay sab loan
the higher interest.
No, because you
also you can negotiate.
We can pay for Sasike and still have a lot left.
You can.
But I think okay, now let me wrap you up. Is it not interesting, sir? Sankomo way should have begun in 2018.
Absolutely.
But Yachaya Afia at the end of being you raise all these issues.
Ushe Act Nankasa, in fact, section 2, it talks about the SPV investing in a responsible, accountable, and sustainable manner. And in fact, when you go to section 36, subsection 3, it talks about transparency and free access to information.
Okay.
Nentia, Chairman, a lot of the time, if I tell you, baby, I'm in fire to get some of these documents, We could have made this information accessible to everybody.
If you had asked me.
Oh, you see? How many people have access to
Parliament?
You? No, maybe
everybody has it. Each and every parliamentarian has it.
I'm not a parliamentarian. And how many people have access to
RTI has not been activated.
That's the thing. And that should say it's not been activated.
No, you see,
what you say?
More in there. Answer a company will be listed, or your rules are you need to obey. You need not to get some document out there. And part of getting
confidential information there.
Yes.
No, but even in the agreement, they indicate which document, like
public document.
Chairman, maybe the indemnity DD, for example, is a confidential document.
But by the time I be listing, it will be out there anyway.
Out there, everybody will have
an said, we are going to list.
Why are we rushing through?
Chairman, let's say we are going to list.
List
Oh, you don't get my drift. I say access to information.
But it's not as if say BB best song. Anna.
This is saying.
So okay, say BB are going to say the information into drug crisis here. It's not like
Chairman, there would have been some ideas. Ebi me I suggested. Exactly. And say and even mode of recruitment, Ebi are having issues because not so many people know how the recruitment was even done.
It was given to a reputable consultancy firm, Conferry, and to headhunt.
You see, that is a problem.
It's not a problem.
A public institution like this, why do you do headhunting?
Why not?
Chairman, let them advertise. Headhunting, no, Chairman, let them advertise.
You see,
you can have as many competent people as possible applying.
Headhunting.
The disadvantage in headhunting is
in Africa, we don't have a component of that sort in Africa.
You
need to get people who are exposed to such a transaction.
You see, you can't headhunt. What is unique about listing on the stock exchange?
No, talking about the company.
The royalty company.
Yes. You see, some fund.
So you hear people with specific skills.
The person you have eventually appointed has no experience in royalty fund management.
He has.
Why?
He has.
You see, Uka fund management is broad. AB has not dealt with royalties.
He has.
Have you checked?
Chairman, do you have a copy of the CV? I have.
Information.
I'll give you a copy.
Maybe
he has.
Don't let's reduce it to human beings. No, else it becomes personalized.
I'm just
in fact, George Mekuri can be.
Yes,
but you alluded to it.
Yes, the mode of recruitment, Chairman, should have been transparent and should have been accessible to all Ghanaians. For all you know, who is more competent?
Why do we sometimes outsource some projects? Because you
don't have the expertise.
Yes, but this the same.
Right, let me take a few messages and then I'll come back. This one says, I notice you have raised the matter of gold fluctuation possibilities more than 2 times. The point I see you trying to make is the risk factor. For people like me, it is the risk we must take. If we as a country want to benefit more than we are now, we must be prepared to take the risk. When it fluctuates upwards, do we not benefit? So when it fluctuates downwards, we must be able to accept the benefit. Ghana must take that risk. Nana Fredia Oforiata says that. Ampacho, your microphone is live. Be careful of the things you want to say.
In fact, intend to say.
And yes, you never know what will go out there. And then next thing you know, the microphone has done you in. A good student, a good teacher. I'm really enjoying your program live from Asena Smankes. Say, greet Opinion Jekun for me. Is my role model. I'm working hard to follow his footprints. Theophilus, I wish you well. Tell Atik that listing on the stock exchange will compel these mining companies to be more transparent. Leviticus Powers in Kaswa. And then, thank you, Atik. For the last 2 weeks, nobody has been able to explain reasons behind the Ejapa deal to my understanding, as you have. Neither the NPP nor the NDC communicators, especially George Mekuduka. What has free SHS and teacher Alawa got to do with Ejapa? Tell him to stick to the issue. Kwame, a lot of us don't understand this. There are plenty alakwajes, Pawili in Teshi. Honestly speaking, I'm expecting the conversation to focus more on adding value to the sports gold, rather than focusing on just selling, as even South Africa is doing so. Kwame, that's a lesson. Kwame, this is Japan stuff started in 2018, 2 years after, and I think it's saying why the rush. Kwame, you hit the iron when it's red hot. Alfie. Investors would want to invest in a business which is not incorporated in secrecy, Emma in Teshi. Their Japan royalties concept is a brilliant one, but it has been so bastardized by the minority and some CSOs that the country is now in danger of not maximizing the benefits thereof. This is because investors will be worried about getting involved, and even if they do, will exact a very high price. Maybe we have to abandon the enterprise. Registration in Jersey is to minimize foreign taxation, period. Or Safu Kantanka in Adrin Ghana. Sir Obama says, I almost fell for the NDC's propaganda and sophistry on the Japan deal. But then I said, hold on a minute. Why don't I scrutinize the Minerals Investment Income Fund Act 2018? Equity is the best thing for Ghana. Mreku Duka has done well with the explanations. Our cocoa was used as collateral to build the Bui Dam. Kindly ask our MP if a Japan investment deal could be the same to benefit Ghanaians. Kwame Asari in Kaswa. Teacher Kudjo in Tepa says, why is the deal corrupt? Let's see the outcome of it first. If we fear to try policies and strategies, how can we develop? You don't need to turn down things out of fear and suspicion. Let's find out if it works or not. With too much negativity or suspicious behavior, we cannot change our society and country. Kwame, you see some of the problems we have with parliamentarians and parliament. It is that they don't pay attention to proceedings in the House. Kwame Atta in Medina. This is a national issue and must be approached as such. Immediately it is delved into politics, tagging of people, it destroys the conversation. Kwesi Reynolds, Agona Odobing. Ken Wood in Takrade says, we have to change the structure of the economy, and the Japan deal is one of the innovations to transform Ghana. The NDC just wants to prevent the government from developing Ghana. That is Alex Opokwin Jacobu. Well, they believe they also have a valid point, and we need to hear them out. Prof. Bro, free baby, I will say.
That table so men kwana ma papa. Oh, so.
Are
oh,
I think it's on the laptop.
The document.
The documents.
Now here, bonzo.
Hey, on go kita booklet.
I know
documents on kwa binding no.
A check thesis. The paper. I make kwaja. Amonam. Bibia na benim. Edwe gra ka o ma kan be pa kwame. Kama pon can be. Omo ya omo research na no maba. Kwame de wo mo ne se. Brebia ye bibia. Why na ye target? Why na ye yade no amano?
Yeah.
Abambi oboba so bia. Dia wo ye no. O ya ma omanfo no ene oman no. Obi sa abambi a de obekan se de be ya omanfo asetrem ebe ye na mpuntuo aba oman no. Come we say bibia ye bone ne de ya anye ne ye. Bibia ye ka say bone a. Let's say adwene na etachire no ye.
Yeah.
Na ye ne mum e na ya anye ne ye.
Yeah.
For say ni de de pa. But wa antwe mo nsa na okosa nkwa na fa hwene mu a. There's ne ye na amafufudie na anye ye. Do bisa ban na say adwene be na ta ejapanachi. Obechire mo so ye pese ye we ni an ye mpuntudwuma na onabo wa listening nyina ono ye CEO nti onimne ma na
e bo che
chairman che obia eno achechire mo nya me fa free bibi o kan ne se ubisa ne se CSO fo bebre e kasa etia na be na uji se omunde omu kanyina nti ba kokora nya no kore also be se nan sente mo no mu hia no omo chechero mo ne ma bi omo hu se ade no emuda ho committee bia agina tuko bia wo parliament bia eye ekomienu no na etranso me bo ana
yeah
okay ana ye 3 years nipa na etranso no ya ye yi nipa omo nimde wo sa ekuo na agina tuko no o de nse awoso yemfa obi a onim finance ne business management bibia emem eden na ya emma basa mo transia enim difo a munim bibie na so ya na party na framani ite ade na ono anim se me party na dia ba baby ekwai die me nyanka meka se ehonye ada na osuro so obeka the party for no be yina ma say now ye do ko tran party no so say ye den a ye dem akra ye hunu bi
bebre
obi ba na o kan bibi na fe wanya call opie no bie prince abape na na dwan sesa oba kon ka tire say o mo ka tire say na o te o na afe ye kan gu so sa na o te o e den eti kopim se mu be jai sa ne man ewo committee level na mo de madwene mo fan ayese me na me ye chair but ade we me hwa ajapa ya ha de ye ne mo ha de ebe ya anka kayanse sana kakra sa honorable enya sa kokoduro no na ni nim de anyame de ama no woni ema bi a oye otumi ya ebebo aye Samson na omo wo ne committee so a omo nye MPP for no se NDC ni bi a o nimdie wo sa ne emamu etumi ba se mahwemu a aha ne ha de eye pa namom aha mom na enye na koye se o ka se bibia o mu bia anya na ono so anyi o man ho ye enti kwame eno na ha ye yo maka wo afidie so da bia mpre se bibia o de NDC ne MPP semba bam bia wa sa asem no se de ka koi adwena tachire eye se pese boa mi eye ya tese NDC for say ade no omunyo fatifo dem no kan
pepe
but committee level no more
they were
yes
they were there, they participated
but plenary no more here
nim difference
I mean to said the committee report no it was not consensual no cry
say wo by no ye breaky or finance committee level there was enough time to go through and we give that opportunity the question be also a pebia bisa obisa question bia document bia so including another pe was we bisa cash flow one farm mayen but menye at forcen near one another sister station and honor say oyi copy of cash flow no the trade he was mayen inti namani pi wo bi se bia de man
na de ya na ten say ya na ayese ananse ye me so me yin bi se bra mo wo opposition no so e bia bibi ba ya na ge mo so de NDC for de be eye de na so mo twen ne tan se kwame yam fa no mu ma ye o
we no be unti o
kwame e basa na hwan na mo ha won yan ya to o man mu a ya dwene ye ho a e kai nko me ne be hwan se ka ban bi o so bia so ye NDCO LPGO MPPO PNCO CPPO de me hwan se masetremu ayeye but mo ye ne choka ma ye hunu ade na ni so a ebi ne ye ken so obi pese odi ni dwetre be hye bibim na wate se ade no kra o man no party kese ba kon se asade na ehu o come me pini kakra nsa akomachi na fe ya sa te so o mampani da bi o tran konwa no so so sa ba bio a sade no obetwam come why no din sika be ba be shim why pa
patriotic
oyire kra be ka kira o se wukunu kra be ka kira o se masa ana to bo asema yenwie yanto abani wie na menhu se sa o mampani no obeba anasa o ma ansa na se be de me bibi beba me de aba nya sa no ye tra o mamu bu o man enti kwa me we no mesre minim bra e bata ho ona bo wa ha o eche akura o se maka so menwe mo ne nkrofo nhihia na baby o ha o mo hu se na mo so ma mo nye tintin ti baby o ha bi en background dia dream fine na ka say honorable a hey de ye nse ya nke ye nse na bi san say adenti na ugidi say ye na sa enye ye na ye nse be ye
opanyimi fa we nka na patro hwe say ebetimi aboa obi de adwinkyire bi aba say ye ka say finance minister ko hia CS so say nran ase fintiase ye djuma kakrakra men ka say ntiase ye djuma but was say mekaya VAT ye de by 95 de bebre ene etwe san
kumi pre konkra ba em
ena kumi pre kubai ena ye kofa Kospio Gabra na o abanum that time ono ye PR and communication specialist obaya ye san be hwe se ne ye be ye no ye be dandan san fa hono afi nkita hudie na ntiase be mu
German is as simple
ye san de ba bi obi anka ho hwe
no sanity
enti is it possible
to have such
say abino
yeah.
Any George Mekudu can MMIF Japan from finance ministry inkita hudie.
That's all.
In church and quite bebre entina amabaniti ebi ana CSOC edi kan buy na ye inkita hudie nyanti ase so baby edi kunya ebia and can come is it possible?
Interestingly, chairman, okay. Mpocho wadaroma. Them adwen say actually yan tungu wo kwan biado. And as in so oil process yen wi. And obia so take it treaty position. Okay. You good ayere. I am do there da CSOs. Oh wa we share finance minister church and seminuma okada o na say this no
it's a good idea for monetizing our royalties
but yan so you wadwenchire bia and obia to the massive no and we will continue to engage as no yenye
question ebe intine bia from the get go 1 year them engagement
COVID count.
Okay. COVID,
COVID is a new devil.
COVID because you share mining companies, you share minerals commission, you share most of the agencies and stakeholders. Now, the next item you share na nanom. And a COVID, what you change na share them, and they uncle them.
No, it's a valid point.
But me can say honorable. Achia ne mui esna bebu nyina de. Achia. The enya mui. A chairman from afa na budi a we no hwenye ye. Otoa so a enye ye. But dua na chia from a de no kwa ha no. Se from a bo free ha ba e be sa de na ba na ogina ne na so. Eti me ma disra ne se
2018 he introduced this idea. So MPC COVID intermediate.
Okay.
The fund was the act was passed in
2018.
But yeah, 2019. Yeah, or your process. Even
maybe at the time you should have. Maybe at the time when you were engaging consultants, you should have engaged communications people. You should have engaged media. You should have engaged CSOs.
Okay.
Tum da wa yem fum so first aso aka de wagina kuma pem
chairman
baby ana won tia say ni say onsem ode an ebum obi ba so obum nsem na wo ye na safe
it is easier
obum but oye na wa go nsem a
obi a enye
ye engagement ni bi wo parliament ansa na ye ba pass embre committees various committees no go through that membre MP bia and with intention there then you brief your people.
I don't say they how Mohonan say MP no at the adwene free ne party mu na hwemu.
Good.
And all the near a free ne party.
I agree.
And hwemu.
Into oya papa and this one to me.
It is say MP bia o free wo now free me ho bo so twene ha hwem pa the ban terms so eya pa.
Because any party
no every cabinet or if me president or and MPB or free NDC or the two and more than any firm one no be that's not doing it as the danger now
that fear corporate one him ground also
but open be do back about say change always brings anxiety, suspicion and resistance, especially if the people for whom the change is meant are not brought along with prior education. This is development economics 101. My questions are: why was the debate not done before the deal? Exactly. And why do this at this time? Couldn't this have been done next year after broader consultation?
But I'm interested.
Anyway, but
here all reporters, even from Parliament, they mentioned this when they passed them embrace, and few people, I was monitoring. Few people asked questions, but the moment Japan bear.
The act is different from the Japan. These are,
but the Japan is mentioned in the act.
No, he didn't mention. He said SPV.
Japan is mentioned.
He mentioned SPV. He didn't mention.
It's mentioned.
Or
a company is mentioned. Japan is mentioned.
No, please, honorable minister.
Is the SPV? No, is the Japan?
No, it was when you began to give effect to the provisions and assembly by Prof. Sorry,
Prof.
Me how cry. Na me can ko sini say. Brebe na mo pesa de na ye dwuma pi. E hyase.
Yeah.
Honorable Brebe.
Oh, ye mpanka next month I'll be say because ye Ghana developing time.
And I'm Muye Munswa say Kia Tua baby na Eshasi and can have.
Oh, it say Ghana. Ye nani ye Ghana.
Okay.
Sabi onye mrekudu kana kwete na adwe.
Matias every. And the comment says Sana Tia there. And I'm thinking I can't say chance you mui. Bibi and see a quan say. Yen nyina benye ho ntiase se ade no say that here emfaso a ebepie mu ni ama se Jeremia bi kura wo mu a afi na dwene beba no so ade na ade papa
I think so the timing is very key in this transaction because the mabri gold price akoso oye attractive to investors
from money who pade an nsanka
ono so kan but timing is also key
and tiase so niante bibia se nipa benya no tiase se ebi ni se also money sie so afi utim se adwen toato no boama obi ana kane no waya na adwen sa
I just want to mention that timing is also important.
I don't know so say yen say be come yen ko baby a ade no ba na eye yi a enkwan ye da obi asabi tan so sabi no yen nyina ba ye na bia mo university na ya besi si adan
no NDC for the mo pese be do no mo say
oh they say dem obia e de kwa me nia metumi aka fa me say ye time no kopa na
afi fa de ka prof
ma me de tel kan ho mate say afi ba bia which is camp no aban na adwen say esi ye tutu no nyina
Prof, me no manya adwen. Wonu se ba ko the Republic of Ghana Gambaga. It's the only republic within the no, you modernize and turn them into homes. Okay. Prof, make sure in
fact, Utie, Prof, me try tika no, but Utie Cynthia Morrison, our Minister for Gender. Opache say about tum sa at once no, and so bedding.
Okay.
Because a cultural thing.
Cultural
yeah. Intinu say
kakra
or say kakra can be a say bitimi asesa no
modernize
it into fofro
okay
because sabi
supposed to be centers for protection and give Prof with mama church mama say
Gambaga no rekase
maybe
on the diploma
man so adwun bi kirema adwun na mepede the counter church on the Prof rekasa or say them which you know
comes on which is comes on
na
sana krata ma
it is adwun foforo bi mpo ho ya de foforo
okay
and I them na pa che
them na
I think you na me prof
Chama unim say
only mrekudu kama fa mreni na prof de kakra so
say
prof we dey odaro on say chairman which is Kamsi a Gambaga and all other witches comes the concept in say when you are accused of witchcraft
your boy be here near
Missy
Professor
that's some prof for her tutorials away them feeling your boy be here on say a lot of the time your moyen say your belly too
because we are striking moments to strike ya teacher be
well you share back
papa and your boy be here near Crawford attire and say they will lynch you because you because una ku menu ba una tie you know into the witches camp idea and say your boy be here mumfa nombra and and free him or free her from witchcraft no ebi mo wa
normally her
yeah mostly no yes
omo ye mamre wa asabi omo ye hia for because me who's skinny bia mama I swear before
Chairman there are young ladies one was say no sika for yet me but what happens is say me pesa because there's a dispensation
okay
but yet the uba there are some rituals I performing to free you from the bayi obi wa ebi
you too be you
too be you no you too be we are going back to your community no still the stigmatization we have always complained about it dia ebedi wechi ebi mukrati me efa chira na aju abeye obone
okay
so the chief of Gambaga said say and we decade in fact centuries ago say we say nya baby mom say na be a ombetimi atena gambaga abo mo bra until you omo say in fact you dare not go attack anybody in sa camp no
okay
in fact we ni gambaga hinibedi because they are under his care. He takes care of them. In fact, Omodian in some there used to be this mission. It was a Baptist mission. Omuna no Mubua and all of that with Indiani, and some of them were even living better than some people in regular homes in Sanimano. Until ye 2 billion everywhere. Now if ya more baby, and some of them become farmers. Like you get a livelihood. Instead of shutting them down, no, you're modernizing now because they're shutting down. Lynching would have to certainly be through.
Okay. Well, noted.
That's the.
Mama kind man will be na orin sampa. I mean, final currency, and I'm going to that. Mama, I'm saying about also. Ora to boase who kai wo 5th gear I dey about 1st gear da
o ko ni man no
and just say what do you mean free 1st gear baby o one am 0
there be
bedding
and the baby I just want the back 4th now back 3 now be 2 it is am san be evidence on about her chronicle the assembly about a famo hini bia ye bodu tuo no owosoro na ohurusi or just no why a surgery cry and cherry. No cruise as I can almost hospital. Na one or hinin Nabudian Casaya mede. Because or the or share aura.
I say anything.
Come shake to burn.
To burn.
Or he. And a aura ye a baby a hoye in Sue. She's a baby in Sue Jina, in Sue Tana. There's a obi to me shewura. That is oh yes. Na ni nyina gina ahensem so. Sa page na ohyiawura edin we wasafiase ho some ho ye fiase. Come say wasafo no me 3.
O me mensa.
O me 3 groups say action for ye 3. Abu akwa Kokrokoo ne bosome no. O so wo fiase. E wo baby a onabo won. E na mpo
Okay.
But one that boss area and I want a Memphis. I'm not Memphis for no song. How does so? If you answer Momson say, baby, a couple of some Kragwane, some rabble.
I sent the Demarco Wasa East.
Okay. It is a case of Bio as near as old soon besides Ufi. It's not Takwa office of mine.
Secondary school.
Chichemu Kakra. But
Wasa is big, eh? The Wasa.
Wasa is huge. That's what power. Kofa Kroponum. Sa
Wasa Kropon.
So me ho nyina menfi. Kofa chechede ne manso.
Hey, Prof's waiting you.
No, Prof.
Na am be ya
national trotting and your group trotting. Trotting Ghana people.
Enema bi koso wa ahensem. Pepri. So say baby a betty bibi a fa ahensem hu bia and time sheda en yakono. Sa bi so dey see or sa achima buakwa hini bia or say en fa asase bi fa asase ya
fa se
nana chebi ochin so abam say o sa kwa no krampo nya ne hini de be na ahemfo no epe de be pa yenni homo kakra eno so tuo
aboso kan
amba kan wada be kase akrachi for ba hini mu no anke se boa ama ne makoyin no e do how kakra nso aba
akrachi for mu
oh yeah but akrachi for ba mu na ubenya obi a akonwa na onye de hye mzo na boy de hye no te ai
is that
oh yes sign of paper and can't me paper no boa me so me boa
hey chairman me your hino ohina anya ohin de wada no ka ohin me your hin o dem me gwa to because Ghana mbra e ma kwan ma enya MP na enya hin nti na me gwa to ho interesting me hin of dumpim na maka bi ma edin maka bi nsam ni nyim nyina ma megwa ma nyimfie no wo shi
I don't go on report
why nyimfie no wo shi
ma nyimfie no wo shi
report am a Minister of Interior
oh I see
oh yes
wow
Chairman, I don't see no yet. Na mempada makan with you do. Because I'm reporting accordingly.
Okay.
Now I make
and even me, I'll bar you from speaking on that matter.
And John, call it. They make kind of say a bra a catch for bear mono. Titiana, I am for no co school no. Na oma pediane near my omi here so.
Yeah.
I hear no on Canada could do holidays.
I like that.
Na UK and or then Mabeko school.
Yeah.
Na on Cote Dubai, ne China and combat. Na ohia ne maka krabi.
Edi
abuni man. Na na dream nyina say o man na otimu be yie.
Yeah.
Enti ohun say e fa we omuni asase a omudidi so a. Da mo so mo kotena ha. Mo mfa ha. Ahoho bi ba na ode ha ma. Say ohia ne ma dodo bia. Akrachifo e ba mu a omu test nko. Ohia ka bi obi ana mu da.
True.
Opeso si fie ayimfie bi on krom a eso bi mada e no ope bi wo nkran ene taman so kon na we o tan asase ba kon nso iti e besro mo say akrachifo no mo fo mo nim dia nyame dia ma ho come say o to this ase it comes from the word or he or she. D means to own. And a share boundaries. So he or she
who owns
the boundaries. Now ono no nim sa na sase e kopem ha.
Ono de share.
A share no e ya ne dia. Do nim say nsuo we aho ne asase no kopem. And you say oyo de share o sonso ho nso. Oyo de share usro animka. Onko ye bibi no obi aka bibi etia wo. Okan entia wo nko ampo etia wakonwa na wote so no.
Yeah.
The end say I'm for be when me some kan ya no ho asem kan so e kada.
Edin so
edin. Be some kan say nananom some de no kredie ani nidie ebema akonwa a omote so ne no omomamfo. Nanka ebi no masikasem no e ko form kakra. It's also this year obi to be influence up. Oh yeah, this year no.
It's a fact.
Kopim say we are se besay akonwa no mu fie obi obeba obi ayo this year. Na come not as a wo krampo gwenya on. Neither na mo sika say sa tumi a. Say sika de nipa na prinya or this year nyame na de ama wo.
Yeah.
Abi mapon.
Sika de nipa na prinya or this year de nyame na de ama wo.
Yes. Obi antimi influence am.
Me production forces say mrekuduka ni din foforo ye ohene ejapa mrekuduka. MP takwa insuaye.
Diabolic. Ma me hu baby ofina man ka bi o.
Prof ya da se no pay. O si ohene this year de nyame na de
ma. Say ya wo tum.
Yeah.
It obi antimi se sound free say oyo this year.
Yeah.
But scat here one kasa wo prayer obenya bi. Bia wo papa bi de bi ma there was sika won say etumi hye ba this year say ya wo atomo no kopem say wi asebe
say nti omonwini nkwa akire
be say o madam ya da ne kana me na nanom we madaroma mo chewa ani
so say eka
come
ati kempona
Chairman, wait just 2 minutes. Wait just nti mekan say ejapa dili Prophet Dasi media Sena Prof kan no achia ba mbuye. There are some gray areas ye be hia say ye be fine tuning. I mean the idea of monetizing na Chairman Mika no em say obi abedum me with dokono. Chairman enye dokono keke
na
special dokono nti me da me memfa odi ofidie so na me nda o ma se Chairman everybody dey chop for in website yeah see from the kinky boss Chairman em say yes o mo di bia brother
Emma ba mi ni bi.
Ani.
Omo is sweet.
Chairman, and
I fancy dokuna na de.
Oyen kan dokun.
And it's accessories no cry and ekumi. Chairman, in fact the accoutrement that accompanied dokuna ankasa no.
So
In fact, in fact, former regional minister, the northern regional minister says here, is here me northeasterner.
Chairman,
when there were arrangements to say BCC na yana no, or you see where the accoutrement was say. We have military accoutrement. Until we shot the queen and then the accoutrement are German, absolutely.
Everybody chop for a website. Yes,
we'll continue to engage.
Okay.
Or Ghana.
Now, chairman, what now? Obre with communication.
Chairman, ma otibio so sonye de anamon bi ode yetu ma ode nyiminyam bebre Ghana no yegudu ayeretu. Ye besre binuma wo adwenpo bi de yense dam suban omboa ebia. Ma otodi bi ma mombo National Youth Authority for na waye so one abado. For the extension of our police, community police, one tenure of office, which is the Wapa. We to na nationwide. Was it in fee being aka one ejuma? Mombo lawyer could you? I'm the Branson or ejuma. Why are they? I don't pay. I read it from different paper.
No board chairman.
On the board chairman. Samia Uku na Nenkrofu na good job done.
Youth. Good morning, Mr. Arthur Williams. Well, he dare not send a bill, you know. He dare not send a bill. We say, as Father Dixon sent you a bill for advertising your services. Arthur Williams, everybody chop for your website.
Martin Guta. Was it Minchao?
Oh, Major Sopa.
Guta for so the one challenge has been resolved, right?
Yes.
I pray so. I know the Nigerian Speaker of the Senate is here, and let's see how it goes. Obviously, I want the KK contact. Saddam Insane.
Because Instagram, MZ or the Kinky Boss.
Okay, go to Instagram, the Kinky Boss. You'll find it there. Obviously, you said the two ladies. The two ladies. I think you said the two ladies who saw the boss Kinky are sweet. Are they slim or bolo? Can I have their numbers? Please go to Instagram.
They are selling,
they are selling the KK, not themselves.
This is where it's sweet.
Oh, yeah, rapper, fine. Come on.
No? Okay.
But Dokonoya Oma Ebisun so
okay. Next week on I will say Bankwandia. There can be special arrangements.
Anyway, George Mekuduka Medasiano pay or Yatakwan Shem Rashebedrini until today na minim so odi hinia weja dia kwakoye Rashebedrini
na kwanguruma auto so 9 na meti ha no.
Wow.
Chairman of Minerals Income Investment Fund. And our Atik Mohammed so by Professor Jekumba chia munyina damas na teacher wa utie ye no wo na da wase menua Nana Kofi Apia Asante and that de mehu edin bo Nana Kofi Apia Asante and me chia anopen and Helen Esiam Akumami, good morning, nice to know you're listening. It's a good feeling to know you're on the other side. And this one says wishing Elder Emmanuel Anani Boateo PIWC Kokomlimle and Princess Akusio Hiniwa Safo. Happy birthday to both of you from Peggy Ama Donko.
Peace FM.
Yanko.
Box Hey.
Michael Jojoji, I promised I delivered. Yes, your song. It says happy birthday number 77 to Mrs. Matilda Ahinsey. Mrs. Matilda Ahinsey from your children Richmond, Freddie, Margaret and Lillian. Your grandchildren, your in-laws Kwabna, Joe and Manel. A belated wish to Mr. Akosa of Senators Greater Estates. It's from all senators, especially Eric Amponsa Boating. Sending love and shout out to you as Santoa in Texas. Nice to know you're up and listening.
Atajuna ya mesua me de ko achini yete timo konongo na me di metu ho de kofa me master get ni twasini mem bi di be shebro na madwan wan tipa trucks na metina di be pion kran twemanim krampan boy taka be di mi boto mabugo enjoy hey me da gesi beko mo de Maserati ne be pick spati ya emfa this is swat no beto so that you feel the body no way busy body me ko na me chichi wani on the teacher manu on ye me di
and shouting out to you, Kofi J. Befi. Long time no see, no hear. Nice to know you're listening to, bro. Jimmy Alote, nice. Boy Sayabe Nishi, CNT Jai. Dr. King of Tantra Hills. Happy birthday to you, Dr. King. It's from Party and the Girls, Nyami and Inshira. 4 mornings down, 1 more to go. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow morning. Checking out on this morning's edition. As always, remember to keep your dreams and your hopes alive is all you have. May your day be blessed. And you know I have a prayer for you, don't you? It's in the book of Numbers in the Bible, Numbers 6:24-26. Where it says very simply, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. And so that when you stop to say a prayer, remember to say one for me too. Thank you for joining us by ear, voice and text. God bless. Good morning.